A 700-pound muskox can sustain an entire village, but harvesting one is no simple task. The tundra stretches endlessly, snow piles deep. The beast is adept at staying hidden, and the hunters know it demands skill, patience, and more than a stroke of luck. That's why we're out here before the sun rises, embarking on the hunt's toughest phase. Snow crunches beneath our boots as I trek alongside Nulia and Sicken at 6 a.m. Nulia gestures to the ground, pointing out yesterday's muskox tracks. To me, they're just faint impressions in the snow, but to these hunters, they're a detailed narrative, revealing direction, pace, and even pauses for grazing. I've spent my life oblivious to these animal stories etched in the landscape. We follow the trail across the frozen tundra, our breath turning to ice in the air. Sicken pauses every few hundred yards, crouching to inspect prints. Fresh tracks crossing the old, he says, deciphering signs I can barely see, like reading a coded message while bundled in mittens on a snowmobile. Nulia raises a hand and I strain to hear over the wind. Then it hits me. Ravens cawing faintly in the distance. Ravens mean meat, he explains. They trail large animals. The birds circle about a quarter-mile ahead, nature's GPS guided by their calls. As we move, Nulia notes terrain features. Muskox favor valleys sheltered from the north wind and rub their horns on specific rocks. I'm starting to think these animals have a better grasp of prime real estate than my own realtor. I wet my finger to check the wind, and Sicken chuckles. Wind's always eastward this time of day. My amateur weather trick is no match for someone who's read the skies since childhood. An hour later, we reach a ridge. Sicken drops low, and through binoculars, I spot them. 3 dark shapes 800 yards out. Muskox, like animated fur coats lumbering across the snow. 2 cows, 1 bull, Nulia whispers. The bull, maybe 700 pounds, is enormous, all of them resembling grumpy, shaggy rugs. They paw at the snow for food, relaxed, as Sicken notes their steady grazing. It's like me zoning out over a pizza, oblivious to the world. The hunters signal our approach, circling left to use a dip and rocks for cover, moving like a silent tactical team. The wind carries our scent away, a relief, since my nose gave up at 20 degrees below. We check gear one last time. The hunters' rifles, sleek, powerful, built for beasts with skulls thicker than textbooks, gleaming with purpose. Nulia pats his 303 like a trusted companion, while Sicken shows me his grandfather's foot-long bone-handled knife, sharp enough for serious work. Their sleds, called kamutiks, are rugged bone-runner contraptions lashed with seal-hide rope, built to haul massive loads across unforgiving terrain. Their clothing, layers of caribou hide, seal fur mittens and boots crafted from Arctic fauna, makes my jacket feel like a light scarf. They carry bone saws, antler scrapers, and walrus ivory containers, each tool a masterpiece of purpose, like a surgeon's kit for a 700-pound patient. The gear's weight is staggering. Rifles, ammo, blades, and clothing add 30 to 40 pounds per hunter, carried in bone-chilling cold. Every knot, rope, and blade is double-checked with obsessive care. Out here, a mistake could be costly. Their expertise, honed since childhood under the guidance of generations, is their true equipment. Every move is deliberate, every tool placed with intent, because forgetting something in this wilderness isn't just inconvenient. It's risky. As the sun breaches the horizon, we advance, ducking behind snow mounds. I'm about as stealthy as a tap-dancing rhino, but muskox aren't known for sharp vision. The wind remains our ally, masking our scent from animals that could sniff out a snack from miles away. We creep closer, crouching in a painful waddle that feels like a yoga class I didn't sign up for. The hunters glide over soft snow, and I mimic their steps, pausing to watch the muskox graze methodically, clearing perfect circles in the snow, like obsessive late-night fridge cleaners. The bull's massive horns glint, his coat layered with kiviot, a wool 8 times warmer than sheep's. Sicken signals a halt. One cow looks wary. We freeze for 30 seconds until she resumes eating. Silent gestures guide us closer, now 200 yards away, where grunts and scraping hooves carry on the wind. The bull's hulking frame, all muscle and menace, looms like a fortress on legs. The hunters fan out, setting up safe shooting angles to avoid a family reunion-ruining mistake. A slight wind shift freezes us again. Muskox are cautious survivors, and one wrong move could spook the herd. Their social nature means if one runs, they all do. So we control their escape routes. My role? Stay quiet, stay still, and don't botch their intricate plan. Rifles rise and a shot cracks across the tundra. The bull drops instantly. What follows is a display of precision that would awe any surgeon, except we're dismantling a furry giant. The hunters approach cautiously, ensuring the animal is down. A wounded muskox is a dangerous one. It's fallen well, not in a dip or on a slope. Sicken's knife makes a precise belly cut, avoiding a messy spill. The hide peels back cleanly, each slice calculated to preserve it for clothing or boat covers. The smell hits, earthy, like a primal gym locker, as organs are carefully removed. The liver, heart, and kidneys, wrapped like treasures for their nutritional value. Nothing is wasted. Every part has a purpose, from horns to bones to fat, which fuels lamps and waterproofs gear. The carcass is quartered, shoulders, haunches, ribs, tenderloin, each section a heavy lift. The head's horns and skull are saved for tools or ceremony, while marrow-rich bones are gold in this harsh climate. The hunters work in sync, Nulia and Sicken carving opposite sides like a choreographed dance, minus the sparkle. Sinew, stronger than synthetic thread, and specific hide sections are set aside for boots or clothing. Blood is collected for protein-rich sausage, a nod to their no-waste ethos. In 2 hours, the muskox is fully transformed, chilled by the cold to stay fresh. Loading the kamutix is like stacking a meaty Tetris puzzle. 100-pound hind legs on the bottom, lighter cuts on top, all secured with taut seal-hide ropes. The 3-hour trek back to the village is grueling, alternating between pulling by hand and snowmobile. Uphill, the sleds strain, and we redistribute weight twice to avoid tipping. The cold bites deeper, steam rising from the meat, our hands numb despite mittens. The village finally appears, smoke curling from chimneys. As we arrive, doors swing open, kids announce our return, and the community gathers. Elder Uki inspects the hall with expert eyes, and distribution begins on tarps and sawhorses. Elders get first pick, tender spine, and rib cuts, followed by hunters' families. Bones are claimed for drums, tools, or needles. The hide is stretched for scraping. Fat is traded like currency, the tongue sliced for revered families. Marrow delights kids, and scraps become sausage or soup stock. By sunset, the muskox is fully divided, fueling homes with food, tools, and warmth. Our hunt complete as chimneys glow with the promise of dinner.